Let's do this!
Hey, I'm Jacob. Today you're going to be watching my top 10 NES video. Bear with me because I haven't played all the NES games out there, but I have played quite a few. And this is my top 10 from what I've played. Number 10. Number 10 for me is Big Nose the Caveman. Just a simple game by Comerica. If you haven't seen our game review, you can click on it right here. Basically, this is just a fun game. When me and Tyler were filming for Big Nose the Caveman, we just had so much fun. We put so many hours in it, and I think Tyler alone put in like at least 10-15 hours into it, if not more. I didn't even play as long as him, but I really feel like it's a solid game, and I think everyone should try it out. Number 9. Number 9 for me is Myoboros. It's on almost every top 10 NES list, but I think it's just about right around the 9 mark. Just an awesome game. I mean, who hasn't played it? Just basically the perfect combination of a lot of different game aspects. If you haven't played it, you shouldn't be watching this video. Number 8. Tecmo Super Bowl. You may find this a little bit, if you know me, you might find this as a surprise because I don't generally like football. But this game holds a special place in my heart just because every time me and Tyler play as a one-on-one battle, it's such a great experience. It's so much fun, and if you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. Number 7. Number 7 for me is Fire and Ice. Probably you haven't heard about it or you haven't played it, because this is a pretty rare game. Luckily Tyler found it at a local thrift shop. But anyways, it's a puzzle game. It's a lot like Solomon's Key, since this is the sequel. It's really fun. It's basically you have different levels, and each individual level has sub-levels. You can choose whichever level you want at any point, so if you feel like you're really good at puzzles, you can start off at the really high levels and work your way from there. But overall, it's so much fun. I personally love puzzles, so this game is a really good pick for me. Number 6. Toki is also another great game. If you haven't seen our game review, you can click up right here for it. When we were recording this for our very first video ever on Cart Collectors, let me start from the beginning. It took us a long time to choose which game we wanted to start off. So we wanted to start off strong, and that's why we chose Toki, because it's probably one of the best side-scroller NES games that we've ever played. There's a lot of upgrades. It's just, you play as a monkey. I mean, who doesn't want to play as a monkey? It's really great. The music's nice. Each level is refreshing. It's just a really well done game by Taito. Number 5. Alright, my number 5 is super shocking. You probably never have heard of this game ever in your entire life, but it's actually a little rare game called The Legend of Zelda for the NES. I didn't play this until about 2 years ago. It's so awesome. You have to play this game. But anyways, on a more serious note, it's actually a really great game. I'm sure every viewer have played this game, and if you haven't, it's about this guy named Link. He goes around on an adventure. His name is not Zelda. Goes around, beats up enemies. It's really awesome. It's a dungeon crawler, and you go around and beat bosses. You go through different dungeons, and it's just overall a fantastic game. If you haven't played it for the NES, but you've heard of it, please go look around, find it, play it. It's a great game. Number 4. Now this is probably shocking, but I have Super Mario 3 as my number 4. Even though Mario is a great game, I love it just like the next guy. There's just a few other games I like a little bit more than Super Mario Bros. 3, but definitely, if you have not played this or you do not own this, pick it up. It's not super expensive. It's an absolutely awesome game. Just like Mario Bros. 1, it's a side-scroller, except for you have level selects and stuff like that. It really builds off the Mario Bros. Platform and makes it even better if you thought that was possible. Using this format actually became more or less a complete basis for all the future Super Mario games. You can see it even today in like new Super Mario Bros. Wii U, where there's an overworld and then you go and select the levels. So it's an absolutely fantastic game. If you haven't played and beat it, do it. Number 3, Castlevania. It's really a great game. I mean, I didn't grow up on Castlevania like a lot of people did. I mainly grew up on the Mario and random games actually. But Castlevania, I wish I played this when I was younger because it's an absolutely fantastic game. It's basically a side-scroller in a way, but you have different weapons and you face all kinds of enemies like Medusas, which is notorious for their weird wave pattern that they do. It has probably, I would say, one of the couple hardest bosses on the NES, which is Death and Dracula. It took us a long time to actually beat them because it's just so difficult. Every single level is definitely a new game difficulty, and they do such a beautiful job with it. Basically, especially the music. Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started about the music, the soundtrack for this thing. It's just absolutely perfect. Konami did just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is definitely one of the Konami's gems, I'm sure. Number 2. My next game is a Konami game. You may have heard about it, but it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Manhattan Project. I didn't play this game until only recently. I grew up on Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo, and this game is just perfect. I mean, I swear this game really tests the NES's capabilities. Just everything, like the graphics is just perfect. It's really, really surprising on how good it is. Sure, there's some artifacting crap once there's a lot of people there, but oh well. It does an amazing job. It's so much fun. Like when we were first playing it for the first time, we sat and played it for a good solid 4 or 5 hours before we wanted to put it up. That's even after it kind of glitched out. But it's so good. It reminds me, Turtles in Time is one of my all-time favorite games ever. But yes, the Manhattan Project is it's not super expensive, but you don't see it very often. If you do see it, I highly, highly recommend picking it up and playing it. It is the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on the NES. Number 1! Alright, now, this is my number 1. It took me about 0.2 seconds to make my decision about this game. Every time me and Tyler just play around and just play NES games, I always suggest this game and he usually conforms and we play it. I've beaten this game a lot, and not without using the Konami code, unfortunately, but it is Contra, and it really withstands the test of time. It is it's so good. I personally think it competes with the shooters of today, but that's just me. I wish I played this more and I was good enough to hold a world record. It is so much fun. I play it with I introduced some of my friends to it and we played it a couple of times. It's so good, and it never disappoints me when I play this. It's always a fun time. If you pick it up, play it, beat it. Here's a hint: Google Konami code for Contra. It'll make your life a little bit easier. So that's it. Alright, so that was my top 10 NES games. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe. And in the comment section, tell me what your top 10 NES games are. Tell me if you like my selection of top 10. Tell me if you were surprised. Tell me how your day is going. Just thank you for watching, and I'm Jacob from Card Collectors. See you. It's definitely it is the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on the NES.
Truth.
So much truth. It may seem like a simple football game, you throw, you catch, because it is, but it's a lot more fun than just that. Also, another really cool thing with Tecmo Super Bowl, you can connect it to your internet and download new rosters. Yeah! Number 1.
Number 10.
I did the voice perfectly.